Hello, grade 5. Our lesson today is about multiplying fractions. Compare fraction factors and products. Multiplication can be thought of as resizing one number by another number. For example, 2 times 3 will result in a product that is 2 times as great as 3. What happens to the size of a product when a number is multiplied by a fraction rather than a whole number? You can use a model to determine how the size of the product compares to the size of one factor when multiplying fractions. The factor is 1. 2 over 3 times 1. Draw a model to represent the factor 1. Since the denominator of the factor 2 over 3 is 3, divide it into 3 equal sections. Shade 2 of the 3 sections to represent the factor 2 over 3. 2 over 3 of the rectangle is shaded, so 2 over 3 times 1 is equal to 2 over 3. And you already know that multiplying a number by 1 gives you an answer equal to that number. This is the identity property of multiplication. Now let the factor be greater than 1. Let's take, for example, 2 over 3 times 2. Draw 2 rectangles in this case to represent the factor 2. Since the denominator of the factor 2 over 3 is 3, divide each rectangle into 3 equal sections. Shade 2 of 3 sections in each to represent the factor 2 over 3. In all, 4 sections are shaded, which is greater than the number of sections in one rectangle. So 2 over 3 times 2 is greater than 2 over 3. Now what if the factor is less than 1? Let's take, for example, 2 over 3 times 1 over 6. Draw a rectangle divided into 6 equal columns. Shade one of the 6 columns to represent the factor 1 over 6. Since the denominator of the factor 2 over 3 is 3, divide the rectangle into 3 equal rows. Shade 2 of the 3 rows of the section already shaded to represent the factor 2 over 3. The rectangle is divided into 18 sections. 2 of the sections are shaded twice. 2 sections is less than the 3 sections that represent 1 over 6. So 2 over 3 times 1 over 6 is less than 1 over 6. Fraction multiplication. One way to multiply fraction is to use a model. 1 over 2 times 3 over 5. To find the answer of this multiplication, shade 3 over 5 of the model yellow. Draw a horizontal line across the rectangle to show 2 equal parts. Then shade half of the yellow sections blue. Count the sections that are shaded twice and write a fraction for the part of the whole that are shaded twice. You must know that the sections that are shaded twice have the color green. So 1 over 2 times 3 over 5 is equal to 3 over 10. Here's another way to multiply fractions. You can multiply fractions without using a model. Multiply the numerators together and multiply the denominators together. 1 over 2 times 3 over 5 is equal to 1 times 3 over 2 times 5, which is equal to 3 over 10. Compare mixed number factors and products. Complete each statement with equal to, greater than, or less than. The identity property of multiplication states that the product of 1 and any number is that number. So 1 times 1 3 over 4 is equal to 1 3 over 4. Now to compare 1 over 2 times 2 1 over 4 and 2 1 over 4, draw 3 rectangles. Divide each rectangle into 4 equal columns. Shade completely the first 2 rectangles and 1 column of the last rectangle to represent 2 1 over 4. Then divide the rectangles into 2 rows. Shade 1 row to represent the factor half. 18 small rectangles are shaded. 9 rectangles have both types of shading. 9 rectangles is less than the 18 rectangles that represent 2 1 over 4. So 1 over 2 times 2 1 over 4 is less than 2 1 over 4. When you multiply a mixed number by a fraction less than 1, the product will be less than the mixed number. Now let's compare 1 1 over 4 times 1 3 over 4 to 1 1 over 4. Use what you know about the product of two whole numbers greater than 1 to determine the size of the product of two mixed numbers. Now 1 1 over 4 is greater than 1. So 1 1 over 4 times 1 3 over 4 is going to be greater than 1 3 over 4. And 1 3 over 4 is greater than 1. So 1 1 over 4 times 1 3 over 4 is going to be greater than 1 1 over 4. So 1 1 over 4 times 1 3 over 4 is greater than 1 1 over 4 and greater than 1 3 over 4. When you multiply two mixed numbers, their product is greater than either factor. Complete this statement with equal to, greater than, or less than. 3 over 5 times 1 2 over 7 is less than 1 2 over 7 because 3 over 5 is less than 1. 6 over 6 times 3 1 over 3 is equal to 3 1 over 3 because 6 over 6 is equal to 1. 2 1 over 5 times 1 1 over 4 is greater than 1 1 over 4 because 2 1 over 5 is greater than 1. 8 over 9 times 4 3 over 4 is less than 4 3 over 4 because 8 over 9 is less than 1. Multiply mixed numbers. Let's multiply 1 over 3 by 1 1 over 4. First, we write the mixed number as a fraction greater than 1. 1 1 over 4 is equal to 1 plus 1 over 4. 1 is equal to 4 over 4. So 1 1 over 4 is equal to 4 over 4 plus 1 over 4, which is equal to 5 over 4. In step 2, we multiply the fractions. 1 over 3 times 1 1 over 4 is now written as 1 over 3 times 5 over 4. I multiply the numerators together and the denominators together. The answer is 5 over 12. Let's multiply 12 by 2 1 over 6. 12 written as a fraction is 12 over 1. 2 1 over 6 is equal to 1 plus 1 plus 1 over 6. So it's equal to 6 over 6 plus 6 over 6 plus 1 over 6, which is equal to 13 over 6. So I must multiply now 12 over 1 by 13 over 6. The answer is 156 over 6. I can divide both the numerator and the denominator by 6. The answer is 26 over 1 or 26. Now let's use the distributive property to multiply 16 by 4 1 over 8. In step 1, you must rewrite the expression by using the distributive property. 16 times 4 1 over 8 is equal to 16 times 4 plus 1 over 8. Now you must multiply 16 by each number. 16 times 4 plus 16 times 1 over 8. 16 times 4 is equal to 64. 16 times 1 over 8 is equal to 16 times 1 over 8, which is equal to 16 over 8 equals 2. So now you must add 64 and 2. The answer is 66. That's it for now. Thank you.